garage is getting a little cold, gotta put on some gloves. So a lot going on here, so a lot to discuss. It was kind of a complaint video at some point if you caught on to that. It was definitely misrepresented. I was really disappointed just because, you know, it was the first actual, like, say, challenge I was able to try at a restaurant. You know, I'd been watching food challenges for, I mean, over 10 years at this point, and I'd always wanted to try one, and it's just unfortunate this was it. It destroyed me, number one, but I had such high expectations, you know. The reason we were in Durango is we had to go for a kids' soccer tournament, so I'd kind of planned this out, saying, okay, you know, I can do this with my diet, you know, fast for the day, and then I'll go eat these nachos later. Unfortunately, it was not good, and so right as soon as this was finished, you know, severe diarrhea, so full. I went as far as I could, and really it was so awkward because I had never really filmed myself. I was already uncomfortable filming myself, let's say, just in general, and then doing it in public was something new to me, and watching, you know, people, you know, staring. And then as I went back to edit it, you could tell a lot of people were looking like, what's going on? And not that I was self-conscious about it, just that I didn't know at the time. I was really focused on doing the challenge. There was a scene I cut out of this that I'll go ahead and clip into this video. Oh, so here we are, 1 hour later, hoping I would like get some relief even after some vomiting and diarrhea, but my stomach is still super full. So I'm guessing this had to be easily 6 pounds plus. That's pretty much my capacity. I didn't drink a lot of fluids on this one, so just gonna survive the night. I think I'll be okay tomorrow. The flavor fatigue, it was the same flavor the whole entire thing. I'd love to see 2 people take that on. That's like a lot. Like, now professional leaders could probably hammer that down. Probably pretty easy. I don't know, but it was a lot for me. So all it does is just makes me better. Like, that's the way I see it, is the way to get better. So you can see, but yeah, I got wrecked from this one. And then unfortunately on the drive home from Durango, we had to go home the next day. It was a mess. Like, I was just gassy, 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 and I got yelled at the entire time on the way home because it was nonstop gas from them beans, I guess. And then additionally that night, after I, you know, relieved myself, I just laid outside, and, you know, it was kind of cool, and I passed out on the little Airbnb little bench, and that was it. And then I was just so full all night, and just kind of could feel like the food trying to come up. And it was, that's something people ask too, is do you throw it up? And I hate throwing up. It's like my worst thing. Not just because it like gives you less credibility for, say, doing the challenge. It's just something I really dislike. I don't like the feeling. It's, I mean, we all have our preferences, but that's what people will just throw it up. And it's like, I can't, like, even though I was able to, I was, you know, say, had a couple hurls, but they weren't like, you know, a massive thing. It was just a little bit. And just a point where it would give me a little bit of room. At this point though, something else I want to mention is that I started using 2 cameras, and I was using an extra phone, just because what I had noticed in videos of others is that when your camera doesn't work, then you don't have the footage. And especially if you're able to do the challenge, well, then you don't have that footage. So it was something I was now aware of, and that I was started, okay, so I could get new angles now. And that was something too, is okay, now I got to compile all this. And it became kind of a mess when it came to, say, using this Windows software and bringing everything together and just adding it together. Wasn't great, but it would take me a long time to, say, clip the right pieces in and, you know, add the little words in there. So I just did my best with what I knew how to do. And this was kind of the point though where I was like, well, I don't know if I'm a competitive eater, because this one, I think, you know, most of the pros could get down, and I did not even come even close. So but it was a lesson learned, and I just thought, you know what, it's not my specialty. At some point I'm going to find something that I'm probably decent at or above average at, and it's going to make a good video, or, you know, give myself a boost, you know, give myself the motivation to keep doing these. Because if you keep losing, I mean, that's really difficult, right? It's like, why am I doing this other than suffering? I think people like seeing that. You know, there's times we win, times we lose. I stopped following those who are just constant wins, and I'm not going to mention any names, but just because it's like, okay, I already know you're going to win. And in sports, it's the same thing. Like, if somebody's dominating everybody, it's not very fun to watch. You kind of want to know, are they going to win or are they going to lose? And that's why it's a challenge, right? It's a competition. And so that's what makes it kind of interesting, is each of these I kind of never really knew, but I knew I wanted to push myself. I always wanted to make sure that it was something that was like, you know what, there's a chance I'm not going to finish it. And there's very few of them where I'm like, I got this. And it was very rare, actually. So there was only a few of them like that. But for the most part, sometimes I'd have to make adjustments and changes. But this one, it was sad because I had planned it. I went up there and I failed hard, and I paid the price, and it was consequence for about a day. So that's my commentary on this one, and then we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.